As TikTok is fined for data violations, Project Liberty emphasizes the need for new ownership. Wikipedia uses AI to enhance productivity, but promises to retain human contributions. NVIDIA's CEO warns the U.S. risks falling behind China in the AI talent race, and a judge in the Meta AI copyright case dismisses fair use claims, but emphasizes the plaintiff's need to show harm. Welcome to #Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. TikTok has been fined 530 million euros, about 600 million US dollars, by the European Union for unlawfully transferring European user data to China, violating the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR. Ireland's Data Protection Commission, the DPC, the EU's lead privacy regulator, found that TikTok failed to ensure adequate protection for user data accessed by staff in China and did not fully disclose these transfers to users. The DPC's investigation revealed that TikTok provided inaccurate information during the inquiry, initially denying that European data was stored in China, only to admit in February 2025 that limited data had been stored there. TikTok has been given 6 months to comply with GDPR requirements or face suspension of services. In response to the fine, Project Liberty, a consortium led by billionaire Frank McCourt aiming to acquire TikTok's U.S. operations, criticized the platform's data practices. Tamika Tilleman, the president of Project Liberty, stated, "This isn't just another fine, it's another warning sign. People, not platforms, should own and control their own personal data." Project Liberty is an initiative launched by Frank McCourt, a billionaire real estate developer and former owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's focused on creating a more decentralized, user-controlled digital infrastructure. The initiative is part of a broader campaign to reform the internet and return data ownership to individuals. In early 2024, McCourt publicly expressed interest in buying TikTok's U.S. operations if it were forced to divest due to mounting regulatory pressure, particularly from U.S. lawmakers concerned about data privacy and national security risks stemming from TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance. And in 2025, Project Liberty is reportedly renewing its push, citing the EU fine as further evidence that TikTok's data practices are untrustworthy and reinforcing its argument that user data should be governed by democratic principles, not foreign corporate interests. TikTok disputes the DPC's findings and plans to appeal, asserting that it uses standard contractual clauses for data transfers and has implemented robust data security measures, including Project Clover, a €12 billion initiative to localize data storage in Europe and in the U.S. This is TikTok's second major GDPR fine. In 2023, it was fined €345 million for mishandling children's data. The latest penalty underscores growing regulatory scrutiny over data privacy and the need for platforms to prioritize user data protection. Wikipedia is integrating generative AI into its editing tools, but not to replace its human volunteers. The Wikimedia Foundation announced a 3-year strategy to use AI to assist editors by automating tedious tasks, improving information discoverability, and supporting multilingual content creation. Chris Albin, director of machine learning at Wikimedia, emphasized that AI will be used to remove technical barriers and tedious tasks that impede editors' workflow, such as background research, translation, and onboarding new volunteers. The goal is to give editors more time for deliberation and require less time for technical support. The approach allows human editors to focus more on content quality and consensus building. According to Albin, the Wikimedia Foundation is committed to human-centered, transparent, and multilingual approaches, utilizing open-source AI tools. Albin also noted, "We believe that our future work with AI will be successful not only because of what we do, but how we do it." Wikipedia appears to be trying to find the right path to use AI to support volunteers while using technology to maximize their efforts. Hopefully, by leveraging AI to handle repetitive tasks, Wikipedia can maintain its human-centric platform and improve the overall quality and accuracy of its content. While demand for NVIDIA's new AI chips surges, CEO Jensen Huang says the greater challenge is America's shortage of trained AI professionals, a gap that could let China take the lead. As NVIDIA contends with overwhelming demand for its new Blackwell GPUs, CEO Jensen Huang raises a deeper concern. The U.S. is not doing enough to develop its AI workforce, especially compared to China. In a recent interview with Yahoo Finance, Huang described current demand for NVIDIA chips as insane, but said the real limitation isn't hardware, it's human capital. You need to have an infrastructure of AI factories, he said, referring to data centers and skilled workers that can build and maintain artificial intelligence systems. But you need to have people who understand how to build the data, refine the data, engineer the data, and annotate the data. NVIDIA is expanding chip production with new facilities in Texas and Arizona, aiming to meet a backlog that already includes over 3.6 million units ordered by major customers. But Huang emphasized that without more trained professionals, even the best hardware can't deliver its full value. U.S. export restrictions have fueled demand among domestic buyers, and Chinese firms like Huawei are accelerating their own AI chip development. This makes the AI talent gap not just a workforce issue, but a national competitiveness risk. Huang's message is clear. America's lead in AI isn't guaranteed. Without ramping up training and education in data science, machine learning, and AI operations, the U.S. could find itself outpaced not in chip production, but in the people needed to power the next generation of technology. In a recent court hearing, U.S. District Judge Vince Chabraya expressed skepticism over Meta's defense that using copyrighted materials to train its AI models falls under fair use. He questioned the fairness of allowing companies to utilize protected works without compensation, potentially undermining the market for the original content. The case, brought by authors including Sarah Silverman and Ta-Nehisi Coates, alleges that Meta used pirated versions of their work from shadow libraries like LibGen to train its AI model. Meta contends that its actions are transformative and thus permissible under fair use. Judge emphasized the need for plaintiffs to demonstrate specific market harm, highlighting the complex balance courts must strike between fostering innovation and protecting intellectual property rights. The outcome of this case could set a precedent with far-reaching implications for copyright law and AI development. And after the judge gave them a little bit of insight into what he was thinking, he said, "I'll be back with my ruling tomorrow." Just kidding. It could take longer. And that's our show for today. Always happy to hear what you're thinking. And you can reach me at editorial@technewsday.ca or on LinkedIn, or if you're watching this on YouTube, just leave a comment under the video. And if you want to support the work we're doing, please think about going to buymeacoffee.com/techpodcast. That's buymeacoffee.com/techpodcast and buy us a coffee. It really does help, and we're slowly getting up there to the point where we can start to cover our costs. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a marvelous Monday.